Spheres may be hand-turned or turned with the help of a jig, like the one you see here. Now I'll give you a closer look at that a little later on. Whichever method you choose, begin by cutting a 120mm, that's 4 3/4 inch length, of 75mm, that's 3 inch square piece of your chosen wood. I am using Castello boxwood, but any good quality close-grained hardwood is suitable. Castello boxwood turns well, but more importantly it will show turning details more clearly for you today. Now set the piece between centres as you see here. I have turned it to an accurate 62mm, that's 2.5 inch diameter. Either side of the 62mm wide block, that's 2.5 inches, I have turned it down to about 15mm, 5/8 of an inch diameter. The centre block is set slightly off centre, for I'll be using the jig to turn the sphere and want to avoid contact with the headstock end of the lathe. Note that I have marked the centre line on the block and that I've turned the corners off, ready to start. I have two jigs here. One is simply made in the workshop and the tool is held in the top here, and as you can see there's a rotating point at the bottom, a pivot point. The other is engineer made. Now both are held on and rotate about the tool rest bolt. Now if I just remove the piece of work here, you can see the tool rest bolt. Having fitted the jig, and you'll find instructions on how to make the simple jig in my book, arrange it so that the tool rest bolt is directly beneath the centre line marked on the blank, and also arrange that tool rest bolt so that it is directly beneath the centre of rotation of your lathe. These 2 points are particularly important. Now the lathe speed for this and other work shown today is about 750 RPM. Now just get my glasses on, set this between centres there, and we're ready to start turning the sphere. Withdraw the tool in the jig so that it will only cut the corners of the blank. Now I'll switch on the lathe and then I'll swing the jig from left to right, taking light cuts. Across to the other side, just a light cut there. Advance the tool just a little bit, and again light cuts. And it's important that light cuts are taken. If the cuts are too deep, then the surface of the sphere can become quite rough. Keep the tool sharp and continue in this way, cutting down. Just advance the tool again. And you'll see the curve beginning to flow. Steady cuts, don't push it too hard, just take it easily. Now, when you get a little closer to the work, you may wish to turn off the lathe and advance the cuts to prevent any accidental forward movement damaging the part-turned sphere. Now I'll continue those cuts and you can come back later when I've got the sphere more fully turned.